Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes. So hit up the likes, guys. Hit up the likes. Big up to everyone in here already. We are very close to this, 1K. We are only 41. Only 41 more, guys. So hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Now there's a lot of Man City news. Obviously, I haven't been too active in the past 2 days. Exams are a bit more important than YouTube, unfortunately. But yes, we are very close to 1K. Big up to him as well. Big up to him. Yeah, we're only 41 away. We're on 959. And the moment you get to 1K, you can start earning money. You know, money is more important than you guys.
I'm joking for the less intelligence amongst you.
Anyhow, hello, how are you guys? And before I even get into any transfer news, I want to show you guys something. Something I think is beautiful. It describes the feeling of the lessers when they face something that is superior to themselves. So let me just show you guys this, and let me shut up for the moment. So this, by the way, this is from an official gambling company. This is an official betting company that makes this video. Keep that in mind. These are the shareholders, or not shareholders, but like directors of a gambling company making this video. Which is so ironic, but
so that's the season done. Great work, everyone. Top notch. Is there anything else before we finish for the year? No?
No, nothing for me.
Excellent, excellent. Well done, everyone. Okay, come in.
And in reality, that's where it ends, because the Premier League does fuck all, let's be honest. The Premier League is like, oh, season done. Great, let's jog on and move on, isn't it? That's how the Premier League operates, but according to T-Slot, the Premier League is actually a very evil organization that is deliberately targeting very, very poor small clubs that are breaking the rules by lying on their account about how much money they actually invest in their stadium. But besides the point, let's continue.
Yep.
Hi everyone, just want to say, we have these 130 charges for Man City. What's going on?
Sorry, we couldn't hear a word you were saying there. What a shame.
And it also says that Chelsea have sold their women's team to what looks like...
Hear a word you were saying there.
Let me just go back here. The Premier League is currently, or it has been, should I even say, the Premier League has been in court with Man City. For how long now? It's more than a year. Is it, I believe, 15, 16 months now? The Premier League has been in court with Man City over the 115, but apparently the Premier League is just ignoring the Man City 115 case. What? You don't take someone to a court case that has been going on for 16 months now, after a 3-year investigation for something you don't care about. Let's be honest. Because they've been investigating this shit for 3 years before they even went into court. Heck, there are people, or there are sources there, I won't say good sources, but there are people out there who claim that the investigation started in 2019. That is 6 years ago. So you're telling me they've been 6 years investigating, taking Man City to court, and they don't care? Weird stuff, but let's continue.
What's going on?
Sorry, we couldn't hear a word you were saying there. What a shame.
And it also says that Chelsea have sold their women's team to what looks like themselves.
Which is also funny because that's just a loophole in the rules. Which I still don't understand how that worked, by the way. Like I get it, they sold their women's team to themselves, but like, how did they do that on the books? Like, how on the books did they sell the women's team to themselves as a profit? Because they can't sell it within the group of Chelsea. Because if they sell it to Chelsea Football Group, then it's not a profit. Because when you have groups like City Football Group, Chelsea Football Groups, when you have these company groups which have parent companies and daughter companies, when you have this type of grouping in companies, the parent company is the one who's followed for profit. Like you can see the profits of the child companies and stuff, of course, separately, but the parent company profit is 0 on that transaction. So I don't understand. Someone's gonna have to explain this to me. Yeah? I don't understand how they sold the football team, the women's football team, to themselves and listed it as a profit. Because if you just look at Chelsea Football Group, okay, Chelsea Football Group spent, let's say 4 billion, let's say that, and Chelsea Football Club received 4 billion. But if you look on the books of Chelsea Football Group, that is just an internal transaction. So it's 4 billion in, 4 billion out. So that just doesn't make sense to me. But it is a loophole. Someone will have to explain that to me.
Oh dear, look at the time, it's almost June.
Oh no, the laptop just broke itself.
Ah, dear, what a shame. Ah, never mind. Okay, well, thanks for your investigation. Just run out of time.
And Everton have spent quite a bit on their new stadium.
Have they now? Something doesn't sound right there.
Oh look.
So, let me explain quickly why the Everton case is different, yeah? Everton lied about how much they spent on their stadium. So they claimed to have spent money on their stadium that they could deduct from their FFP or PSR, whichever it was, but they couldn't. They blatantly lied. And when they were called out for it, they pled guilty. When they took the point deduction to court, they did not appeal to the receiving of a point deduction. They appealed the amount of points they were deducted. Everton pleads guilty. It's done in a month. Man City, much bigger case, much bigger club, does not plead guilty. I need you to understand. One charge against Everton to which they pled guilty took a month. 115 charges for Man City, to which Man City has pled guilty to none. Of course that's gonna take a bit longer, isn't it? I struggle to see where people of any form of intelligence who are studied up on this can even argue this. Which leads to my actual conclusion. If you argue this stuff, you're either not very well studied, stupid, or trying to push an agenda. There is no other... If someone can explain to me what the other option is, please go ahead, but it just doesn't exist. Now, I do love seeing this though, because it shows how salty the rival fans are that we're winning again. Because we're suddenly out there buying players. Everyone's salty. What can I say? Sucks to suck. Su, Cherki, Leenders, Aitsnuri. Yeah, all 3 of them have been confirmed. Now, there's more news that has been confirmed. But first, every stream. I told you guys I'm gonna read this every stream.
I'm gonna read this every fucking stream.
Because this is what mentality looks like, yeah? This is what mentality looks like. But yeah. Of course, they're all at the club already. Hello, big up, how are you? Club Brugge, away against Rangers Inbrox. I don't even know who Rangers Inbrox is. 6th of July, so that's a friendly. They are salty that we keep winning, and they're not making money out of it. That's exactly it, when is the 115 charges? Well, they're in court right now, so... The 115 charges was actually done already. Because what happened yet, they explained this. They said the court case would be done for the end of the season, somewhere in April or May. But if the decision was appealed, it may take longer, is what they said. So obviously, the decision has been reached already, there has been a verdict. But either one of the parties was not happy with the verdict and appealed. So that's what happened. So... The verdict was already reached, but it has been an appeal. That is what I can tell, from what I know. Which is not a lot. I don't know anything other than what's in the media. Good, what about you? I'm good. Rival fans are salty again about Man City. And a lot of Man City fans are gonna be salty when I keep coming back to this, because I'll say it every stream until the season starts, really, because I need to milk something, right? Pep Guardiola on next season. Now, I'm not gonna read the entire thing, but prove to myself I can do it. Prove to myself I can do it. There you go. So when I say I want Pep to prove that he can do it again, don't tell me I'm toxic and negative, because your own manager, the own greatest manager of all time, says he has doubts that he can still do it and he wants to prove to himself he can do it again. There you go, I'm not toxic and negative. Let's get into the transfer news. So, this one was funny actually. It seems like a lot of people are not aware. There's a popular fan account, parody account of Fabrizio Romano on the internet. And that parody account posted out that Lyon have agreed a loan deal with Claudio Echeverri. Obviously, Man City has agreed to loan out a player to Lyon in return for the Cherki signing. This is a troll account. This is not a real account. Let me just open this. You see this? Parody. This is not the real Fabrizio Romano. and so many people were panicked about this. This is not the real guy. This is a parody account. In fact, he even has Grove City as his handle. I was actually fooled by this as well, I can't lie. At the first time I saw this, I was like, oh shit, because this had a bunch of likes and stuff. It's the complete same profile look as Fabrizio. So I was actually fooled by this the first time I saw it. But when I saw it again, because I bookmarked it for the stream later, I looked at this and I was like, oh, this is a parody account. So, this is not real. It's not fake news, it's a joke, but honestly, at that point, it is fake news, isn't it? At that point. When you convey it like that, bro, nobody knows at this point. Nobody knows what 115 is at this point. Fenerbahce have made an offer for Kyle Walker. There you go. I'm not even. We have read that. Let's move on. So, Kyle Walker. I mean, I've talked about this before. With people. Who is gonna buy these players? Who's gonna pay their wages? Do you know what Victor Osimhen is on at Galatasaray? He's on 200 or 300k. Victor Osimhen at Galatasaray is earning the same amount of money as Marmoush. There are clubs out there, if you want to sell cheaply, that will buy your players. If we are willing to sell some of these players cheaply, especially the older ones. So the question, who will pay these wages? Galatasaray pays these wages. A lot of Saudi clubs pay these wages. Fenerbahce, apparently. A lot of MLS clubs pay these wages. Italian clubs may not pay the wages, but will pay a high transfer fee. So maybe if a player is still interested in playing high-level football, they can go to Serie A. So these players can be sold. That's what I'm saying, yeah? This is not just about Walker. If Fenerbahce is interested in Kyle Walker, imagine Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan. These are players. Bernardo Silva earns more than Walker, but Gundogan doesn't earn that much more than Walker, I believe. He's a lot more fresh as a player. He's not as washed. He's not a media disaster. He still wants to play football, I believe. This is a player you can sell. Galatasaray. Again, people tell me, wages. Victor Osimhen is on 300k at Galatasaray. Go fact check that. I believe it's 300k, but I know it's high, I'm not sure what the exact figure is. So you can sell these players. And I flip-flop on this, yeah? You know, I flip-flop on this because one day, yeah, I'm talking to someone and I'm like, yeah, these players are gonna be difficult to sell. And then the next day I see something and I'm like, hey, we can sell these players, but we need to get it through our minds, yeah? If a player is too bad to play for Man City, they have to leave. It's not about can we sell them, it's about we have to sell them. So sometimes you need to take on that mindset. We have to sell Walker. It's not about can we sell Walker, it's about we have to. So you can come here and say nobody will pay the wages, nobody will make this offer, or the club can't sell him. It's not about what we can do, it's not about what others will, it's about what we must. We must sell Walker, we must sell Gundogan, we must sell Silva, we must sell Akanji. So I believe that these players will get sold. Because, here is another, yeah? Hugo Viana, in his first season at Sporting, he cleared out 20 players. 20 players! Or maybe it was 20 players and staff, but like, he cleared out a lot of bodies. At the club already, he's cleared out the medical staff, he's cleared out the media team, which funny enough, the media team being cleared out is the only thing the Man City media team didn't boast about. Go figure, go figure. But he cleared out all these teams, brought in new teams. Cleared out the coaching staff, brought in new coaches. But who will pay these coaches their wages? Doesn't matter. Jog on, bruv. You're not good enough. Jog on. If you have a serious businessman, like Hugo Viana, you can get these things done. And I'm tired of the excuses that people say, oh, you can't sell these players. You have to. It's not about what you can, it's about what you must. You have to sell these players, so get them sold. That is where I'm at. Kyle Walker, startable, has to be sold. And not just startable on the pitch, startable in every way being. He's even a startable human being. Imagine being a shit footballer, a shit captain, and a shit human being. No, that's an unholy I suppose it's Kyle Walker's own version of the treble. Blake de Mille is at Charleroi for him. Man City is playing in the Club World Cup, of course. I'm not doing any watch-longs. Do you know when those games start, yeah? Let me just show you guys how late those games are. For me. Well, this is actually at a reasonable hour, but like 3 a.m. 3 a.m. No fucker is staying up until 3 a.m. to watch Man City play against Al Ain, bro. No one, you are lying to me if you tell me you are staying up to 3 a.m. to watch Man City play against Al Ain. So yeah, I ain't doing watch-longs for this shit. On my channel, I will run a hate campaign for the Club World Cup. From the first game, which is actually funny enough, just one day after my last exam, until the last game. I will not watch a single game of these. I will run a Club World Cup hate campaign. And when the Women's Euro starts, which starts in July, Club World Cup goes on in July, I will be watching the Women's Euro. Because that has sold. This Club World Cup, fake competition. Don't watch it. It's soulless. Oh yeah, let me translate this post. Did you see news on Leroy Sané? No, I did not. What is the news? I did not see it. Kevin De Bruyne officially at Napoli, of course. Real Madrid got a new player. Then they get that Argentinian guy, Matsumoto or something. Pick up Alf. Happy day for us. Sané going to Galatasaray. That's serious business. Well, not by you, though. Not by you, by Galatasaray. You know what's funny? Bayern München, they need to get rid of these players. But they're not getting rid of them. Those players are leaving Bayern München. Instead of Bayern München moving the players that need to move on. Weird stuff. Zeer raid. Big up to Zeer. Big up to Zeer for the raid. Gundogan raids. Benjamin Mendy raids. Nunez raids. Bro, we're talking about Gundogan now. Belgium women is in the Euros as well. Yes, there you go. Maybe the Belgian women have more cojones than the Belgian men. Maybe we'll see our win there if we're Belgian fans. Anyhow, this is our journalist in Turkije. He's pretty good from what people say. He's followed by some good sources. I'm not sure how good he is, but people tell me he's a good source, so let me even follow him. Galatasaray is trying to complete the transfer of İlkay Gündoğan. People told me earlier it's impossible to move on Gündoğan. Galatasaray is almost has Gündoğan here now. So is it impossible or is it not? Yeah, big up to Zeer. Big up to Zeer for the raids. Now it's time for Kim, Coman, Bowie. Most of them aren't leaving. Because Bayern München is trying to hold on to these players. Very weird. YouTube KDB. I am YouTube's KDB. I've got brown hair instead of ginger hair. But other than that, I'm KDB, bruv. People even tell me I sound the same. Like, not even accent-wise. People tell me I've got the same voice. Which I don't agree with, but I'll take it. Anyhow, the player is also keen on coming to Galatasaray. Apart from Galatasaray, an official offer has also been made to İlkay Gündoğan from Saudi Arabia. But Galatasaray is one step ahead in the transfer. So there you go. Oh, you can't sell these players. Nobody will pay the wages. Well, here you go. Here you go. Here's someone paying the wages. So, enough with that bullshit. And I'm happy to see here that Gündoğan wants to join Galatasaray. Because obviously, Gündoğan, he's won Bundesliga. He's won the Premier League, of course, but he's half German, half Turkish. Won the Bundesliga, never won the Turkish league. If you are the half Turkish, half German player, your dream is to win the Turkish league and win the German league, right? So it makes sense for him, it makes sense. Team that likes to pay big wages. I don't know where Galatasaray has this money from, by the way. How does Galatasaray have all this money and still suck in Europe? Wild stuff. Galatasaray gets spanked, bruv, when they play against Bruges. And we don't have like a third of their budget. Wild stuff. Now we are trying to get rid of Kim. Coman, not sure about Bowie. Let me talk. Well, nah, I don't sound like De Bruyne, and I can't summon the rage that De Bruyne had when he said that. I need to be actually angry to summon rage. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is just good business. Get Gundogan gone. Big legend, but he needs to leave. Yeah, this guy. So we signed this guy, 18-year-old striker, with a 5-year contract, actually. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this because you know what, yeah? I get it if it's like for the academy, but you know what I got the feeling, yeah? I got the feeling that he's like supposed to be the bench striker, and you know why I've got a problem with that? If he's EDS, fine. If he's CFG, loan him out somewhere, fine. But if he's supposed to be the bench striker to Haaland, is this guy good enough to come on 20 minutes at the end of a game and Haaland sit on the bench, rest the game out? Is he good enough in a game where we're 3 goals up? Because if he's not gonna play this guy. 0 match fitness, you're not gonna suddenly play him when Haaland's injured. So, if he's EDS, fine by me, but I hope he's not actually considered the Haaland backup. Unless he's better than I assumed. Maybe he's just really good and we don't know. I doubt that. PSG let him leave pretty easily. It is a professional contract, so... I mean, in ADS they also have a lot of professional contracts, but maybe he's just out for the City Football Group. I don't know. Not that interesting to talk about because we don't know much about him. It is the most interesting story. Jay, if you're in here, you should have shame. You should have shame, bruv. Anyhow, yeah, we've gotten from Rosenborg. I was about to say we have Rosenborg. Where is this city? Norway. Rosenborg. Rosenborg. Oh, it's here. They finished third. But they are third. Wait, is this league being played right now? How was this league? Wait, what? They're halfway through the season right now? That's weird. I need to study up on the Norwegian league. They're halfway through their season right now. How does that work? I guess it's very cold in Norway, so maybe they do play in the summer. Because the summer there is like spring here. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird though. They're in Europa League qualified, so big up to them. Anyhow, more interestingly, we have signed Severe Nipan. Apologies for the pronunciation. This is a player that Arsenal was in for, that Man United was in for, I believe. A lot of big clubs wanted this guy. I won't lie to you guys, I've never watched him. But a lot of big clubs were in for him. A lot of big clubs tried to get him. We've gotten this guy for very cheap. Like £12 million, is it? £12.5 million. That's very cheap. And not only do we get him for cheap, the plan is to loan him out to a club in City Football Group. So we can't loan him out to Girona, obviously, because we've got like a weird transfer ban there with Girona, which I believe ends this transfer window, but only for permanent transfers, not loans. So we can't loan him out to Girona, but we can loan him out to somewhere else, so maybe Lyon. It was confirmed that he's not being loaned out to Girona, but it's planned for him to loan out somewhere else. So I'm guessing Lyon. We need to give them a player. He's a midfielder. I'm not sure where he plays in midfield. Seems low risk, high reward. And if he doesn't work out, oh well. You didn't pay much money for him. Go sell him to a random club for 10 million. There you go. Problem solved, isn't it? And it's also good for him because... oh, by the way, with no further sell-on clauses, by the way, but it's also good for him because he'll get to come into a higher league, not play for the Man City, but he'll be loaned out somewhere. He'll get to play a lot of minutes. Because when you get loaned out, your loaning club gets to demand a certain amount of minutes of football. So Man City could demand to whoever we loaned this player out to, that he should play without any injuries, at least 40% of the minutes. That's a lot of minutes for this guy to get, so it seems like a good transfer to me. Loan him out to a Prem team like Brighton. That's difficult though, you know, because if you loan him out to Brighton, is he gonna get a lot of minutes for Brighton? Is he good enough to go to Brighton and play 30-40% of the minutes? Maybe he is. But if he isn't, you've wasted a year of his career at a very young age on the bench. So you need to find a club to loan him out to that is high enough level, but not too high. Lyon looks like getting Ba. I've seen that, but I doubt it, to be honest, and here is why. Lyon have sold us their best playmaker. If Lyon have just sold us their best playmaker, and they want us to loan a player out to them, why would they want a defender? I know Yuma Ba is like defender of the season or something like that in League. I'm not sure if he's defender of the season or top something in season. I know he was very good in League, so maybe they want him, but you just sold your best playmaker. Why replace that with a centre back? Then again, their defense was horrible when I watched them, so maybe they just want to get a good centre back desperately. Southampton. Yeah, Southampton. I hope Yuma Ba does not go to Southampton because, man, that is a disgrace. That is a disgrace if they sent Yuma Ba off to Southampton. I tell you, yeah, because people have not watched Yuma Ba. I have watched him. I watched his Valladolid debut, and I said, this guy is a solid defender. I had no idea he was 17 or 18 or whatever. I had no idea that it was his debut. I said, man, this guy is a solid defender. Every game I watched him, I said the same thing. Solid defender, solid defender. Then I watched him for Lyon. He played against Mo Salah on the right wing and Marmoush on the left wing. Marmoush plays on the wing for Egypt, always has. And he was the best player on the pitch. He carried that defense from Sierra Leone. I have not seen a lot of defenders play against two world-class goal-scoring wingers and make challenge after challenge after challenge and make them useless. Especially not for a team like Sierra Leone. Like, that team is a disgrace, by the way. Go watch Sierra Leone. They are a disgrace to watch. I have rarely seen a defender of that talent. I'm not saying ability, but talent. You get this guy, yeah, to Man City. I know why he's not coming to Man City immediately. The passing is not up to pace, and he's sometimes a bit slow. Like, not running, but sometimes a bit slow to make a decision. Which works in La Liga, works in Ligue 1. In Premier League, you need to be quick. So I get why he's not coming immediately to Man City. But in my opinion, you have this guy on your bench. He plays 20, 30 minutes a game. He plays against League 1 teams. He plays against the Championship teams and the Cups. He plays against the lower end of the table teams. That will be a lot more development for Yuma Ba than if you loan him out to a weak team. Now, if you're gonna loan him out, maybe for squad size reasons, maybe for homegrown reasons, if you are going to loan him out, we cannot loan this guy out to a championship side. We just can't. This guy needs to be playing first division football, preferably either in Bundesliga or in the Premier League. Because in both Bundesliga and Premier League, defenders get punished if they don't act quickly enough. Especially in Premier League, but in Bundesliga as well. If you're a defender and you're waiting too long on the ball, you will get punished. That's what Yuma Ba needs to learn. He needs to learn to be quicker in decision making. If he can do that, you need to loan him out to, again, Bundesliga or Premier League for him to learn that. Once he learns that, he goes straight into starting 11 for me, to be honest. That's how good he is. Dortmund or Ajax, probably great for developing talents. Yeah, I mean, go loan out Yuma Ba to Dortmund. That's a great example. That's a great example. Lyon wanted Echeverri. Yeah, I know, but Echeverri is a bit weird, isn't it? Like, we're not including him in any squads, but we're also not... Well, we've included him in Club World Cup squads, but like... we're looking at loaning him out, but we're not loaning him out to anyone. Echeverri is a bit weird. I think we're gonna see more news. I think we're gonna see more news on Echeverri once the Club World Cup is done. Yuma Ba has been highly impressive, bro. Yuma Ba individually has been better than Ruben Diaz, and I've watched both. I've watched both this season. Yuma Ba individually has been better than Ruben Diaz, and he's played against high-quality defenders. Yeah, he is a beast. He is a beast. I think Ba is going to Southampton. Southampton fan in chat here, trying to wrap up Southampton. Big up Luke, big up Luke. Feel free to drop your link, but I know it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen. I just don't want it to happen. Yeah, you get me? Oh, Nipan to Southampton. Yeah, that might make sense. I think he's probably going to Lyon. But Southampton will be because Echeverri doesn't seem to be going there. But again, I don't know this guy's level from Nipan. It's very difficult to say. He must be on a first division team. I don't know. I don't know how good he is. I don't mind where he goes. I'm just interested to see where he goes and how he plays. Yeah, I know, Luke. I was trolling you. I don't want it either. He needs Prem football. Yeah, absolutely. Premier League or the Bundesliga. I think Bundesliga is a very good substitute for the Premier League for a defender. Because Bundesliga, you still get punished for waiting too long on the ball. Especially if you're a centre back. Which you don't have in La Liga as much. And you don't have that in Serie A or Ligue 1. So, he needs to play in one of these two leagues. Anyhow, for the Nippon, we are close. We're not close anymore. We have finalized it. It's complete. It's complete. This is old news. Let me close that then. There you go. We have reached an agreement. Proposed contract until 2030. That's the final news on Nippon, I suppose. And for now, the final news in general. Young can have Grealish. Get it done, bruv. Get it done. By the way, Luke, you're about to be blocked for this one. Cercle Brugge fans, bro. Get me Denki, bruv. You know what? Get me Denki, bro. I'm salty that man had the best striker in the league for 3 years in a row. That's the best striker in the league 3 seasons in a row. Look where they ended, yeah, without Denki. It's a fucking disgrace, bro. They had the best striker in the league for 3 seasons. That striker leaves, they finish third from the bottom. This is relegation playoff. They won the relegation playoff, to be fair to them. They won it quite convincingly, but hey, Barcelona fans might recognize this score. Tough times for Barcelona fans. And it's a purple team as well. It just fits. It just fits, but yeah. I'm fucking salty that man had that striker. And we got man like Gustav Nielsen. No, I'm not. I think it's a disgrace of a competition. Shouldn't exist. And I will be running a hate campaign on the Club World Cup until the Women's Euros start. Women's Euros starts July 2nd or July 6th. But yeah. I'm gonna be running a hate campaign until the Women's Euros starts. Then we're going with the Women's Euros. I know this is off topic, but how many languages can you speak? Because I think Belgium has several languages spoken there. So I speak Flemish, I speak Dutch, I speak English, I speak a little bit of French. Not very good, but not even conversational, but like, I can understand what's being said and I can reply in a limited degree. So like, 3.5 languages, I suppose. 3.5 language I speak. I should know German, but I mean, I know a bit of German, but my pronunciation in German is so bad. When in Bruges, greatest movie ever. I've not watched that, actually. In Bruges, I've never even heard of that. In Bruges, what is this? Never even heard of this movie. What's this? Damn, I've never heard of this. Hitman Ray and his partner await orders from their ruler's boss in Bruges. You know, stuff happens in Bruges, isn't it? I've never even heard of this movie, I can't lie. Maybe I need to go watch that movie. We will be doing movie reviews during the Club World Cup. Don't they speak Flemish? Flemish, French, and Dutch in Belgium. Officially, we speak Dutch, French, and German. But in Belgium, you also get a lot of Flemish, of course. But Flemish is only spoken in West Flanders. Like, let me show you a map of Flanders. Map of Flanders. So, this is a map of Flanders. Flemish is only spoken in West Flanders. In East Flanders, they may speak a little, but in Brabant, in Limburg, in Antwerp, they don't actually speak Flemish. It's only spoken in this area of Flanders. It's a dying language. Not a lot of people speak it anymore. And honestly, I don't mind. It's a fucking cursed language, to be honest. But officially, we don't speak Flemish, but some people still do. Frisian is still spoken in parts of Limburg. So there's a lot of languages that are spoken in Belgium, but officially it's only 3 languages. He also speaks another language. Bullshit. Oh, Luke. You're disrespecting me. No. Ned Flanders is Belgian then. That, oh yeah, from Simpsons. I didn't know that his first name was Ned. I thought his actual name was Flanders, okay. I didn't actually know that. I know Flanders from World War 1. Yeah, most of, like, Flanders Field is specifically, like Ypres, like that region. So I actually live closer now to Ypres than Bruges. I used to live in Bruges, but now I live closer to Ypres. Actually, do I? How long is it to Ypres? 1 second. Do I live closer to Ypres or Bruges? But yeah, Bruges was like just barely not part of the German occupation zone. 1 second, I need to find out how quickly I can get to Ypres. I think it's closer. I think it's closer to Ypres, but I think it just takes longer to ride there because there's no highways. Let's see my location. Now. Okay. Don't work then. Okay, it's about the same distance. It's about the same distance actually. There you go. It ain't disrespect. It's the best language to speak. So you support Club Brugge and City? Yes, I support both. I've been to Ostend and Sleut. Well, Ostende. Let me tell you something about Ostende, yeah? Let me show you guys a map of Belgium. Map of West Flanders, maybe. West Flanders. Yeah, if you go to West Flanders, so you have Ostende, somewhere over here. So this is Bruges, this 8. If you want to go to a Belgian beach, do not go to Ostende. Ostende fucking sucks. Go to Newport. This is Newport over here, the red one. Go to Newport or go to Blankenberge. Blankenberge is very close to Ostende even. You can see it here. This one over here is Blankenberge. So it's like over here. This is Blankenberge. Ostende, the beach is ass, bro. If you ever come to Belgium and you want to go to a beach, Blankenberge or Newport, take my advice on that. And also, Newport has a lot of interesting history. So there you go. You've got some travel advice. You've got some Man City transfer news. Nipan to Man City is done. He's gonna be loaned out. We're almost certainly going to see Gundogan leave. Good on him going to Galatasaray. Kyle Walker just made gold Fenerbahce. They are willing to pay high wages, by the way. Go look at the wages these clubs pay. This is just roundup at this point. And Pep Guardiola still wants to prove himself. Good stuff, that. And that will be it for me. Thank you all for coming in. I'm not gonna waffle on too much longer. I've waffled on for quite a bit. Turned into a geography stream. There you go. Honestly, geography is a lot more entertaining than football at this point. If you're a Man City fan. Ostend was like Blackpool. I've never been to Blackpool, so I don't know. To be honest, I've never been there. How is nobody live? Why is nobody ever live, man? Come on, y'all. I'm streaming all day, well, not all day, every day, but I'm streaming every day, and y'all aren't live. How can I redirect to people? When is this guy live? And he's only live in like 11 PM. You know what? I'll redirect to my own stream later. Let me redirect you guys to Blue Friday show, which I actually do with this guy. Yeah, big up. Yeah, Blue Friday show I do together with Luke and with Connect. So this is Luke over here, of course, and together with Connect. So I'm gonna redirect you guys there. Don't leave yet. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, because it does help out a lot. And I'll see you guys in 2 hours.